Hi, I'm Leah 3. I'm the clerk of session, and I want to start out by thanking everyone who has submitted their pledge goals so far. We set a big goal for next year, and we are really close to making that goal. I wanted to share some thoughts I had with you as the clerk of session and a longtime pledging member of the church as we approach our Pledge Sunday. A real aha moment hit me on Sunday when Reverend Ashley, our guest speaker, was telling us the story of the Good Samaritan. This is a story we've all heard many times about a Samaritan man who is traveling on the road and sees an Israelite attacked, bleeding on the side of the road, very, very, very injured. The Samaritan takes the Israelite to a local inn and sets him up with a room and food at that inn, asks the innkeeper to take care of the Israelite, and says, "I will be back, and any money that is owed to you, I will repay you when I return." The man goes on his way, and this story is really celebrated as an act of selflessness, an act of someone interceding when others had looked away, and going out of his own time, his own safety, his own pocket to help another person, despite his own role in society being a diminished one because of the prejudices that surrounded Samaritans. So understandably, the Samaritan is the hero of this story. But another important player in this story that I hadn't thought about before Sunday is the innkeeper. And the innkeeper is brought this bleeding man, doesn't know where he came from or what's going on, and is asked to take him in with the promise of some payment and future payment to be made down the road when the Samaritan returns. Innkeeper didn't know what the prognosis or the diagnosis was of the injured person, didn't know if the injured person might be a criminal when that person finally got better, didn't know if that person might refuse to leave. Who knows? Didn't know if that person potentially deserved to have been attacked by the side of the road. Any number of negative thoughts the innkeeper might have had, and refused to hold up his end of the bargain. But as far as we know from the story, that innkeeper faithfully took care of the man until the Samaritan returned. And in a lot of ways, Westminster plays the role of that innkeeper. As a clerk of session, I can tell you we love it when our members bring us ideas and goals they want to meet and plug us into the community and people who are in need of our help or are vulnerable with us about their own needs in their own lives and how we can help as a community. That means that sometimes we start projects not 100% sure what the end date will be, of what the final costs might be, or what other resources might be necessary as we get deeper into the issue. And we take that role on as the innkeeper as a sign of faith. We plan our budget carefully. We are good stewards of the gifts you give us. But that flexibility allows us as a session and as a church body and a community of faith to be ready to help in the unexpected situations. So that's why I'm asking you to consider prayerfully not only your pledge goal amount, but to consider making that pledge to the church's general fund. The general fund gives us a pool of unrestricted money in which we can be the innkeepers and react to the world around us as it changes. Of course, we very carefully set a budget. We have an excellent stewardship and budget team. The session monthly goes over our financial reports, and we follow all our fiduciary duties to our members. But unrestricted giving allows us to be the innkeeper. It allows us to take on projects that we might not always be sure of the end goal. It allows us to help members and community members who are in need get back on their feet and then be re-entering the community, whether it be because the Samaritan has come to fetch them into a broader community or because they have decided to stay in our inn and become a part of us here at Westminster. So what we are asking you in making your pledge is helping us fill that role of a place of security and safety and welcome by the side of a dangerous road. I'm very, very proud to have served as your clerk of session over this pandemic. through years of quite a bit of change. And I made my pledge as a way of saying thank you to the faith you have put in us as your leadership session, and the faith we have in you, and that has been borne out through this pandemic in the way we take care of each other, the way we look after each other, and the way we have created a home amongst ourselves, even though we are socially distanced. Thank you so much for your support of Westminster.